go. Oh, I do see the live thing now, so maybe we are actually live.
But it was popping up before. It wasn't going live on Facebook. It was going live on YouTube. It
Okay,
doesn't work this time.
let me just X all the way out of Facebook and then go back in.
It might be on my end.
I don't see it on your end.
You
I do
see that
not
I'm
see
live?
it. I
Yeah.
don't see. I don't see that you're live. Do you see it?
Mm-mm. I think there's something up with the connection to Facebook right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I showed that we're live on YouTube. So I'm just going to share this.
You want to share the YouTube to the channel? I mean to
Mhm.
Facebook. Smart.
See if that works.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta, you gotta pivot.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let's see. Subscriptions.
Looks like it's working. Yeah. Sorry, everybody. We were having some technical difficulties this morning. Facebook did not want to let us be great.
Let's see. Yes, but that's okay. We are gonna make it do what it do.
Okay. Sorry, everybody. We were having some technical difficulties this morning. Facebook did not want to let us be great.
Okay, I got it shared. Okay, there we go. And hey, you never know. Maybe this gets some traffic to our YouTube channel by sharing the
That's
YouTube
true.
link.
That is true.
Gotta,
That is true.
gotta think of the positives, okay?
Hmm. Well, we are here. Let me see. What is
Yes,
up?
yes, yes.
You dropping it in the chats that we're on YouTube?
Yeah, about to do that now. Let's see, Facebook Messenger. All right, I dropped it.
No, I have to
And
jump on here.
slow and steady wins the race. We're here. We made it.
Yes.
We made it in spite of it all.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Because woo, this was definitely a busy, busy weekend following into the new week.
Honey, busy, tired. That age catching up with me.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I think all the different temperature changes did something to me. I'm just like out of it. We're gonna pick you back up though.
Yes. So I wonder, since we're not going live from Facebook, will we still be able to see comments? Well, I guess if they're watching, because they will be watching from the YouTube stream, so they would be able to comment there. So that makes sense.
Yeah. So we'll see. Well, You want to go ahead and get started? See, it's already 8:15. So
Is it? Lord. Okay, yes, yes, yes. We can go ahead and just kick things off and get things started because you know the Queen's got things to do, got busy schedules today. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, family. We definitely appreciate you joining us this morning for another episode of Tips and Tea with the Heavy Hitter Queens. I'm your girl, Satitra Booker, alongside my amazing co-host, Miss Chantella Shabazz, and we are so excited to be with you today. We definitely got something special lined up for you with this segment because we're not only going to be recapping our weekend this weekend at Nove's Legacy to Leadership in our all white yacht party, but we definitely have a special guest in store for you guys today. So we're gonna get everything in store for you. So I hope you are ready and just excited about this weekend because we are super excited to share the events and everything with you guys. How about you, Shantella?
oh yeah, definitely super excited. It was a lot of great information, just being able to see everyone. So yeah, just being able to share that incredible weekend from Legacy to Leadership Conference from Nove. Definitely, you can just literally feel it in your bones how great those
Yes.
moments were. Especially when we kicked off on that Friday evening. We just came right into it, right? And just got so many gems dropped on us. So I just want to say shout out to our amazing CEO, our COO, Rico and Shanae McCambry, our chief marketing officer, Hazik Ali, the whole
Yes.
Nove corporate team, because they worked their
Yeah.
magic this
Yes, they
weekend just to pull
did.
together such an event. And because for those of you who don't know, I used to do events and catering sales for a hotel, and putting on an event for over 300 people, 300 people, that's a lot. It's a lot. And it was a whole weekend. It was a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday. It was different locations. You have to coordinate hotel rooms and drop some gems and trainings, right? So it's not
Oh
just
yeah.
one piece. So
Yes, honey.
they did an
It was
amazing
awesome.
job.
Yes, it was an amazing weekend. They did an amazing job. Everything was good. Everything was top notch. The food was excellent. The training
Mhm.
was nothing short of amazing. This weekend was just powerful. The training that they poured into us with the motivation, discipline, and the different strategies, it was just awesome and very, very, very empowering. Very empowering.
Yes, it was. Up, Aziz found us. Good morning, Aziz.
Hey, good morning, Aziz. Good morning.
Yes, we are on YouTube today because Facebook is acting up. I don't know what happened. We can connect this morning. I have to figure that out for next time, but we'll just share live from YouTube to the Facebook.
Yes.
Technical difficulties doesn't stop the show. We're gonna keep going.
Yes, ma'am.
Good
We're going to
morning,
keep
good
on rolling.
morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Hello. Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday.
Yes, happy Tips and Tea Tuesday. Yeah, so another thing, we definitely dove right into just defining what true leadership is. And I
Yeah.
know there's so many different perspectives, right, about leadership. But to hear it come from like our CEO and to know that his definition of leadership aligns with a lot of my beliefs and a lot of beliefs of those on our team, right? You got to surround yourself with people that you are aligned with to be able to find success. And literally he spoke about how leadership is not about headlines, right? It's not about awards or titles. It's about service.
Yes.
Really, it's about service. And I don't think a lot of people think of it that way, right? Until you're in it and you kind of know, right? So real leadership is usually is about being a boss or just basking in the spotlight. It's about helping others shine, right? So if you do that and your people, your followers find success, that's how you know that you are doing a great job as a leader, right? It's not about you being the star, it's about everyone around you being able to shine. So I
Yes,
thought
ma'am.
that was amazing when he was talking about that. It was just definitely a powerful revelation, that a leader's real glow comes from when other people around them are succeeding and then what they can then do, what they can pass down to the people that they're, helping along the way. So it's not about reaching one, it's about reaching so many people, right? how are you affecting that person that's coming up behind you, that's then affecting the next person and the next person and the next person. You have that type of effect, you're really doing something in leadership.
Yes, ma'am. And I just love the way it just definitely made you think outside the box, made you think, in leadership in different aspects, because at the end of the day, we all have a leadership role, whether that's being a mother, a father, on your job. And it's just, it just makes you think about things and how you could improve things, do things to be better. And I
Mhm.
just love the fact that it jogs your mind, and Nove is more about your overall person opposed
Yes.
to, just the products and things that we have to offer. It's changing your mindset, your confidence, the way you just see things in general. It lets you know that there's other things out there. You don't, if you're in a certain situation or that you don't see a way out of, it lets you know that there's possibilities out there, lets you know that you can get out, so I just love the motivation, the enthusiasm. I love the way that they tie things in with the Bible, with godly principles. And like I said, it's just the overall mindset shift, overall change. And I just love what's happening, what's going on. You can see the glow up in our different business partners. You can see the change. You know what I mean? And it's just, like I keep saying, just nothing short of amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it like kind of made me think about too, like just going back a little bit to chasing the shine, right? And it's like,
Mm,
why chase the shine when you can really look at what your people are doing? And if that lights you up, when your people are finding success, you
yes.
know, then you're doing something right. Because sometimes it's when you're in leadership, right? And you might not even know that you're in leadership, because it can
Hmm.
be circumstances make you a leader, right? Just little things in life. You can be the leader in your household, in your family. You can be the leader in your friendship group. You can be a leader at work. So it's not just about being, in business and at work that you're a leader. You can be
Right.
a leader in different parts of your life, right? And then it's like, how do you know if you're doing a good job? If you light up because other people around you are growing and glowing, then that's how you kind of know that you're doing a good job, right? And a part of that of being a leader is, back to those foundational pieces, right? It's, are you being consistent, right? And that word just literally keeps coming up because that's again a foundational piece. Do you show up day in and day out? Are you humble, right? You don't need a lot of attention. Your work speaks for what you're doing. Are you approachable, right? Can people come and sit down with you and talk to you and have a real conversation with you? Also, how do you talk to people? Are you criticizing them or are you giving them positive feedback?
Mhm.
Are you giving them helpful suggestions and not just telling people what to do? Because that's a big part of it. I got a chance to experience that, you know, um, literally this weekend where it was like sometimes you got to step outside of the situation that's happening because sometimes chaos can come in and it can disrupt everything that's going on and cause a lot of confusion. And sometimes you as an individual, you have to be able to see that, right? And then step outside
Mhm.
of it. So shout out to the hubby because he was definitely putting on his leadership hat this weekend.
Yes, he was. Yes, he is. That's why he's the leader, okay?
Right, right. Oh yeah, see, break that down between the leader and a leader. Did you?
I mean, everybody has a role. We are all leaders, but the leader has to be able to see everyone's strengths and weaknesses and be able to delegate things, tasks, and whatnot. And I do want to give a shout out to our leaders, shout out to Aziz and shout out to Bossy because we do have some awesome leaders. And, it was nothing. He just steps right in as usual and was able to, break things down and allow us to see things in different perspectives so we can understand and make things make sense to us. So again, just shout out to our leaders because they are top notch. They go above and beyond to pour into us, make sure that we understand things. And, for those of us that don't get it the first and second time, they don't mind telling it to us a couple times.
Yeah, I'm
So
hard headed. I
thank
need to
you.
hear
We
it like
love you. Yes, I am. Right.
like what? What you say? You gotta it went in this ear and then catch this ear, so you gotta talk on both sides.
Exactly. I need you to tell me on this side and this side so it could just stay in the middle.
Yes. So
Yes,
knowing,
honey.
you can still be a leader and not be the leader in certain situations, right? Because, I'll just like I said, I go back to when I was working in corporate and we had our general manager and then we were all had different department heads. And
Mhm.
I was a department head at one point, but when I'm in a room with the general manager, I'm not the leader. I'm just a leader in that situation. But when I go back to my team, then I'm the leader that needs to communicate the information that we need to be able to put out there so everyone knows that we're on the same page and we're all operating under one spear, right? So
Right.
knowing who you are too in certain situations when you need to fall back and let the leader lead and be able to take on what the task at hand needs to be, that's also leadership, right? To know when, hey, I'm not in charge today, but my leadership needs to kick in because I need to be able to receive whatever information that this leader is putting out there to me. That way I can communicate
Right.
properly to my team when I'm the leader in front of them. All right. So that was also another gem that, Rico kind of dropped on us this past weekend about leadership. And that's part of being humble, right? You can't always be
Yeah.
the person in the forefront. You got to know when it's time to fall back, and that's definitely in different situations. So just really great information that was continuing to be dropped. And of course, our first lady, our COO, Miss Shanae McCamery, came in and talked about, women in leadership and how important that was. That stood out to me as
Yeah.
well too. Yeah, if any of the heavy hitters
Mhm.
or anybody from Novay that was at the leadership conference this weekend, if you want to drop in the chat, what was your biggest takeaway, from attending the conference this past weekend? What did you take from it? I know I was all up in the screen when Shanae was talking.
Yes, honey. Yes. So many good gems, so many notes taken. My hands were cramping. Had to stop taking notes and start taking pictures, but it was definitely an amazing, fun-filled, information-filled weekend.
hmm Absolutely. I know what stood out to me when she was talking about, women in leadership. It was just, she also tied into it, you know, the principles we get from the Bible as well, and about how
Yeah.
women, what's the difference between being an independent woman and being interdependent, right? What those different two
Mhm.
differences is, and how society, is made it so now we're trying to step away from being interdependent and be more independent
Right.
from like the music we listen to, the movies that's out now, right? Which at the time when a lot of these things came out about, just making this image that women are strong, right? We're not to be walked over. We
Mhm.
don't need anyone. But at the time that those things were going on, we were being woman bashed a lot, right? In music and
Yes.
movies and things like that. So there was a movement that happened, especially when Destiny's Child came in, they released their song. Other musical artists came in and was talking about independence and how they love their woman strong and beautiful and all these different things, but not to take that and just think that you don't need anybody, right? That
Right.
we are meant to be in this alone, that we don't have to lean on people. But I'm not afraid to say, hey, sometimes I can't do this. I need help, right? And being
Yes.
vulnerable enough to take that in, that's also, you being a leader as well. That you don't have to do everything on your own. A leader is not someone who does everything by themselves. That's not what a leader
Right.
is, right? So when you're thinking about leadership, that it's not just one thing. It's think about partnerships in families, teamwork at your job, creating unity in your communities as well. So this was a lot of
Yes.
things that she touched on. It just really talked about that synergy and togetherness that, if you have that leadership, it's gonna make a big splash in every part of your life. right? Things are starting to become aligned. And I took note, she brought up Galatians 6:2, where you bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. And right there, I kind of want to pause because that verse is a very big verse, right? It's not just about a feel good quote. This is really like a call to action. It's letting you know that it's telling you to carry someone else's lifelong purpose or assignment, but it's there to help you heal, right? It's there to help um, you to be there with someone else when they're going through it. Because again, that's you being selfless and helping someone when they need it. So when
Right.
it does happen to you, you know, you know how to be vulnerable in that situation because then now you were there for someone else, right? It just ties into so
Yes,
many
ma'am.
different things. So to continue to walk with people, right? Help them lighten their load, to bring love into action. And that's how we kind of help fulfill Christ's law, right? By loving others like he taught us. So leadership can be so many different things. And I love how they touched on all of it. They touched on women being in leadership and corporate and families in their communities, men staying in the forefront and defining what a leader is versus the leader. So many different things. But a big part, right, that just really hit our team was them honoring Nikki. And
Yes.
yeah, just honoring her memory and her light and how she is a legacy. So we definitely want to bring Nay on. Nay is her daughter. For those of you
Yeah.
who are newer to Tips and Tea, so it was three queens. And I'm gonna say we continue to be three queens because Nikki is always with us, right? So
Yes,
myself,
ma'am.
Satitra, Nikki Taylor, and you know, we started Tips and Tea because I'm not gonna lie, we were scared of going live. Aziz made us do it. He was like,
Numbers.
he was like, he challenged our team. He was like, you guys need to go live once a week to get more of the information about what we do out there. So I asked Nikki and Satitra, because we're all on the same team, I asked them if they'd be willing to, come together and go live once a week on Facebook, right? Just so we can literally meet what he was saying and then let people get to know us a little bit better and then talk about what we do, right? Because what we do is so
Right.
important as far as helping people with overcoming financial woes, with helping people figure out why they're in certain situations in the first place, sharing our personal stories. That's a big part of it, of what we've gone through to try to help people skip them steps. Maybe they don't have to go through the same extra steps that we did. We can help them get to their goals faster. So Nikki was a big part of it. She actually came up with the name Tips and Tea.
Let's see.
Yes, she did. So Nikki was battling cancer for a very, very long time. And unfortunately, she lost her battle to cancer um, a few months ago. That was back in May that, we said goodbye to our queen. And, since then, I still feel her with us. I still feel her eye rolling at me and telling Chantel to get back on track.
Yes, yes, honey. She is always with us. Always.
But no, they honored Nikki this past weekend with the Legacy Award because of how she touched so many people, sharing her story, um, just being there and a listening source for so many people. Like she would literally just call you up and just check on you,
Hmm.
and just be there to listen to whatever you had going on. So she was truly amazing. And we just wanted to bring Nay on to talk more about her experience from the conference and about how she felt about receiving that legacy award for on behalf of her mom. So let me see if she is here. So I'm just gonna bring Nay in. Good morning, PC Pooh.
Hey, good
Good
morning.
morning. I felt like I
Aw.
was close a little bit. Let me slide back.
Yes, good
Morning,
morning, good morning.
Good
Nancy.
morning. Good morning. I'm
How
like, it
you
feels
doing,
feels good.
beautiful?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm just, excited to be here, watching you two queens share your experience for the Leadership to Legacy Summit. So I was back here doing my little clock at sign, and I'm like, yep, that's the one.
Oh, we love you.
Yes. Thank you for jumping. I know you tired because, you know,
Yes.
those of you who don't know, we was on trains, planes, automobiles trying to get to this conference this weekend.
Yes, honey.
I was tired.
Yes. We barely made it home, but we made it. We made it.
Yeah.
Don't stop later.
Yes.
So we definitely want to say thank you, Nate, for just coming in and, you know, being able to get on this morning. You know, we wanted to just give you opportunity to come in and just talk about your experience from the conference, you know, what you felt like being able to receive that legacy award on behalf of your mom. Because I know, you know, there were some things happening behind the scenes and almost left before it even happened because we didn't know it was happening. It was definitely a surprise. So just wanted to bring you on so people can hear from your side of things, especially for someone who wasn't originally in Nove, but you know, this was passed down to you, which was amazing as well. So with Nikki being the original person that was in Nove, and then when she passed away, this was willed to you, this business, right?
Yeah.
So you can just share your thoughts and everything from this past weekend. I know our audience would love.
Yes. Let them know. Let them know. Spill the tea, Nate.
Well, I'll save mom for last because you gotta save the best for last, right?
Absolutely.
As far as my experience goes, I would never have imagined me going to the Cobra Awards or Nove World in February would lead to me being here for my first all-white yacht party event and also my very first Leadership to Legacy event. And then sitting in the room amongst so many brilliant people and like-minded people. Because, you know, February, I was in a hotel room looking at my eyelids while y'all were getting that leadership, getting that training. So it's actually like a little different and better for me to have been in that room, been carried by the whole team, the heavy hitters, knowing that, you know, what had happened. I really do appreciate y'all. I'm going to stop there real quick. I appreciate y'all so much. Because I would have been completely lost, but y'all helped me together.
We love you, Queen. You know we always got you.
Always got you, Queen.
Love you. My hearts are horrible.
That's all right. We know what you mean. We know what you mean.
Yup. We ain't gonna try to get your heart. There we go. It was just a wonderful experience learning the different characteristics of a leader and how impactful women are in leadership and how impactful women are in the community, whether it is in their home or their career field or just out on the streets. You're still impactful in some way, shape, or form. But I think my greatest takeaway from just being in that whole environment is learning not to put emotion into leadership. You have to kind of learn how to separate the two. Because I was actually talking to Satitra about this. You can't be so emotional because how can you expect people to want to look up to you or feel inspired by you if you're just always so negative or so upset or every time they try to ask a question, you got an attitude like, what is it now? Versus, okay, you know, I know I told you this 5 times already before, but hey, maybe I need to try a different approach. Maybe it needs to be hands-on, or maybe I need to write it out for you to kind of help you understand it better. Maybe it's just the way it's explained on why you have to keep asking it so many times. Because that's me. I'll ask a question 6 times so I done forgot the first 5. But but it was definitely amazing. I know I cannot wait to see you all again in February for one. And it was just amazing to be able to talk to Haziq, Shanae, and Rico, because I didn't think I would ever even get like that close to be able to talk to them. And then let alone hug them when they're awarding me the new award they created for on behalf of Mom for the Legacy Award, or on the things I actually got it next to me, the Internal Impact Award.
There it
is. I'm like, they gotta see it. I gotta figure out where to put it, but I was like, it's so cute, it's so nice, and to know that Mom touched so many people because I've had people who I haven't even seen or heard of come up to me and hug me and tell me how inspirational she was, how motivated she made them feel, and I'm like, oh, thank you. I don't know you, but I know you now. So
Right.
think that people stopping me. Is it okay if I hug you? Yes, you can hug me. It's okay. It's okay. I'm a hugger anyways. I don't do the handshake. I don't like doing the handshaking thing. Unless you start coughing, then yes, we can handshake and I'll spray a little bit and we can. It's okay.
Right, protect yourself, honey. Yes, yes.
But it was so amazing, so powerful. I felt moved. I felt full just off of the knowledge and information I've gotten. And I just can't wait to put it to work and actually like grind, because me and mom is only up from here.
Yes, honey. Yes.
Amen to that.
Only up
Absolutely.
from here. When you leave out those conferences, they make you feel like you're ready to go conquer the world, honey.
Okay.
You know,
Yes.
I'm about tired of them though, because I don't need to cry at every conference. Why do we have to have an emotional breakthrough at every last conference?
I didn't know. I didn't even know that I was gonna cry. But that's what I forgot to say. Because you said like we were about to leave. I really think it was the alignment for me, God's alignment. Like, okay, there's something big planned that y'all don't know about. So we're going to delay you because you have to be here for it. This is something you cannot miss. Because we're downstairs waiting, and I'm like, I don't feel right standing here. Like something's telling me that I need to be upstairs in that ballroom. Mm-hmm. As soon as I went upstairs, they finished the other recognitions for all the other ranks in our company, and then everyone took a seat. And then they started introducing this award, and I'm listening. I'm like, okay, I can't wait to see this person get up so I can get ready to clap for them. And then they start talking some more and more. Our team starts looking at me like, that sounds like Nikki. It sounds like your mom. I'm like, it really does sound like her, but I don't know, because at the Cobra Awards, they described someone who sounded just like her as well, but it wasn't for her. Right. And I guess now it's because she has something greater in store for her.
Yes.
But just being there, and I had just popped the mint in my mouth, just talking, forgetting to record, and then I hear her name, and I'm just like, and then I got up and just went handshaking. I'm like, I didn't come up here to cry.
Oh, yes.
And then I had another leader tell me that I had a Zeke crying. He told me, you got to toughen up, stop crying. It's okay. I'm like, I'm
trying. Not toughen up.
Look, we were all crying, definitely, because Nikki was a light, and she just poured her heart into just helping other people, right? People who, and that's the thing about being a leader in your community, right? She didn't care if you were in her direct downline, right? Where this was going to benefit her. She was helping people all around her.
Yes.
Right. Shout out to,
no matter where she was,
just all the leaders within our team that do that. They're like, well, I know certain information. I'm not just going to share it with one set of people, right? So that we benefit. Everybody needs to know this information, right? Yes. We have team training calls where individuals are helping people across different organizations, right? Because it doesn't matter. We're all a part of the same organization, which is Nove. We're all a part of the human race, right? We're all like 50th cousins removed in some way, shape, or form, right? We all came from Adam and Eve, right? So if you think about it, we all related, we all here, to serve one purpose, right? And that's just to be able to help each other while we're here, right? Help us get through this thing that we call life. And Nikki really embodied that, her live life with a purpose on purpose, right? So she was just passionate about uplifting people. She was always encouraging somebody, right? And sharing that, if I can do this, you definitely can.
Yeah. Yes, she was. Nikki was like the true definition of like your biggest cheerleader, like motivation, like affirmation, like you can do this, queen, you got this. And then if you did finally conquer something that you were worried about, she was the first person, celebrating you. So she definitely played a big impact, in so many people's lives. She played a big impact in mine.
Absolutely. And I
Yes.
see that
About to say,
in
it's
Nay.
never-
Don't you see that Nay does a lot?
Yes.
She has so many of the same qualities, right? And
Yes.
she's even more boisterous than Nikki at times. And I'd be like, look
Yes.
at Nay go. You know, I'd be like brushing
Yes.
off my pair of auntie hat.
Honey, yes. There were so many times this weekend that I'm just like, nah, you just like your mom. You look like your mom, you act like your mom, you talk like your mom. It was like having a little piece of Nikki back for a second, you know. So it was amazing. It was
Absolutely, but you can still see it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Nay's still her own person, right? And she even has her own ways of communicating certain things, right? And it's
Yeah.
just be able to see you take those two things and just be able to express yourself so clearly and so focused, and to be able to take in the information, like even talking now, say, you know, emotion. A lot of people don't get that part till like way later in life.
Yeah.
Like, I experienced it. I lived through it. Sometimes you gotta take a step back and you're like, was I a little mean? Could I have explained that a little differently without, like, you know, a little sad?
Right.
Yeah, I could have. Let me go apologize because I feel so bad. Let's make amends and just keep it moving.
Yes, be the bigger person. Be the bigger person.
Exactly.
Yes, and then
But I will say it's never about what you're going. You can't let what you're going through define you. You can live with it, but don't look like it
Yes.
and overpower it, no matter what it
Yes.
is. Because that's what mom did.
Yes. Yes, and you are so right. Because there would be days that we knew she didn't feel good, but to the average person that didn't know her personal business, they would never know.
I've had a lot of calls. They're like, "Oh, I didn't know anything was going on." I'm like, "She's that good. My mama's great. She's amazing."
Yes.
yeah, a lot of people didn't know.
You'll never know unless you behind the scenes with her.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't. People came up to me at the conference said they didn't even know she was sick, right? And I was like, it's because Nikki didn't want to put her pains on anyone else, right? But she was already always there to take on other people's pain, right, and help them through that, because that was just who she is. She was like, I don't need you all to feel my pain. I'm battling it every day, right? You know,
Yes.
I got this. Is, you know, she's like, God is gonna get me through this, right? And he gave her more time because I think he definitely did need her to be able to reach so many more people and just show that you don't have to be what your pain is, right? People don't have to see that. They just see that you are living, right? Even with everything going on, you know, it's more to life than just that pain, right? There's so many different pieces of life that you can definitely bring to the forefront, right? We don't have to focus on depression. We don't have to focus on pain. We don't have to focus on doubt, you know, just being self-critical. Those things, they don't do anything for you. They don't serve you, right?
No.
So those are not things that she wants to bring to the forefront. She was like, I love my family. She's like, God loves me. I love our team. You know, I love our clients and what we can do to help them. You know, it was just so
Yes.
many parts of her that she was just like more passionate about, right? That those other things, they were things, right? That's just what they were. They were things. That's just a part of life, but that's not what made her live.
Yes, ma'am. You are so right.
Yes, yes. Oh, we got our team in the audience in the chat. Good morning,
Yes.
Roselle, Vivian.
Good morning, Roselle.
Yolanda and Carmen. Good morning. Good morning.
Even though I did not know her mother, meet her mom. Yes. Blessed to know, Nay.
Yes, Roselle, you were at the conference this weekend. Drop in the chat what your takeaway was from this weekend. We would love to hear it.
Yes. Roselle
We'd
had a
love
good
to hear
time, honey.
Yes, but it was like a heavy hitter family reunion. We were missing a lot of people, you know, that I definitely wanted to see again. Miss Vivian, I'm giving you the
Yes,
eyeballs.
Miss Vivian, where are you? Miss you,
You
Queen.
know, we conference buddies. Yes. I see Yolanda Peeler in the chat. Congratulations, Queen, on getting your award this weekend. It was great seeing her walk the stage as well.
Yes, congratulations, Yolanda. Let's go, Queen.
Congrats.
Let's go.
Yes. Congratulations. But yeah, the biggest part, I would say, for me personally, the biggest part was seeing they walk up on that stage and receive the award. That was just like the highlight of the whole weekend. Even though I was on the floor crying afterwards, I think the whole heavy hitter team we was all
Just boo-hooing.
we all was up there having a whole emotional breakdown for the whole conference.
I had to turn around. I'm like, y'all got too many cameras.
Bless it.
I don't know how my face look right now.
Oh, it don't matter, honey. The thing that mattered is that you were there. You were able to walk across that stage. You were able to accept that award on your mom's behalf. And we just thankful that everything worked out for you to walk across that stage.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Anything else you want to add, Nay? I know it was a lot. Sometimes we do these recaps and we're like, oh, I forgot to say this. Oh, it's
yes.
It really is just so much. I can say after taking my pictures with Shanae McCambry and being on the dance floor right next to her, I think that I can't nothing can really, well, okay, this award definitely does top that. But other than this, can't nothing top that. Me and her was on the dance floor just jamming. So
yeah, on there swagging and surfing with the COO and the CEO, you know, they nothing like that.
just so much fun. I'm excited. I'm fired up. I'm pumped up and cannot wait to go back. So
yes.
I think I know I got a lot more to say. It's just I can't even get them all out. So.
Don't worry, we're gonna have a part 2.
Yes, I was gonna say you can always come back for a part 2, honey. Now get those thoughts together, and you know maybe we can have us a little video or some type of something that we can show or prepare for our audience. So yes, we gonna have to do something else because it was just so much, and you can't explain it, you can't describe it. You have to have a visual for the people.
A lot packed in them 3 days.
Yes.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have a video for next week, and then definitely gonna put out there anyone who attended the conference this past weekend. We're opening up Tips and Tea next week, so if you want to come on and just share your experience on the live next Tuesday, promise we'll have our lives together by then. We'll be back on both platforms.
Yes.
On both YouTube and Facebook. Yep. So open invitations to whoever wants to come on and just talk about, you know, what they got from Leadership and Legacy, their experience through the weekend, and, you know, what's changed for you. You know, what actionable steps are you going to put in place to help you with your leadership growth, you know, moving forward. So that's also something as well, too. It's not just about hearing the information, receiving the information. It's about also what you're doing about the information that you received as well. So we got a comment here. Vivian King. My biggest takeaway this weekend is just because I wasn't able to make it there, I still felt like I was there because you guys dropped so many pics and videos. We definitely did.
Let's go.
Yes.
Gotta love our
Roselle,
team.
Yeah, Roselle said my biggest takeaway is that our leaders operate with a heart of service, that they thought of everything in order to encourage us to keep serving while they do their part, making sure that we are good. Yes, we do have some amazing leadership.
Yes, we do.
Even with our team as well. You know, shout out again to Aziz and Bossy and Destiny, who are always at the forefront of the heavy hitters and always trying to make sure that everyone is good. We even have like different things that we do to check in with individuals, right? To see where they may need help. And I think that's truly amazing, because sometimes when you get so high up in an organization, you don't really hear from your senior leadership, right?
That is so true.
So to be able to have access to leaders who have so much wisdom, who have been in the industry for a while, who know how to navigate certain obstacles as well, and you're getting this knowledge, right? This information, to be able to take this in and help you get through all these different things. I think that's amazing too. So Thank you, Roselle, for sharing that.
Yes,
We
it is.
definitely appreciate all our leaders because Roselle is a leader on the team too. Shout out to you, Miss Roselle.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Roselle coming in hot, fast and hot.
And she is.
Yes, she is. She is so sweet. Such a sweetheart. It was so nice meeting you, Roselle. Can't wait to see you in February, Queen.
Look, I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to her.
Yeah, this time I'm gonna get my dress early. I'm not gonna play.
No, and honey, I learned my lesson. We are not wearing any heels.
Oh, no heels, see? Look, you see how Nate looked at you?
I mean, I'm now. I am speaking for Satitra. I am speaking for me. I am not speaking for you because see, you got those young ankles and those young feet. They can take that. You know what I mean? I'm being my age. No.
We gonna see. We gonna see. She gonna put on that dress. And she gonna put on that one heel. She be like, but you know what? This is maybe I can just fix my shoes later.
That's always how it happens too. But you know what? I'm gonna make sure that my bag is big enough to put me something comfortable in there because I'm not falling into that trap that I fell into this weekend. I will not.
Right? Because leadership is also learning from your past mistakes.
That part. You know what? And then yes. I learned a lot of lessons this weekend.
Mhm.
Yes, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. I'm gonna learn from my mistakes. I'm not gonna repeat the same mistake twice.
Nope.
Yes.
I'm gonna make sure that I prepare ahead so that way I don't have these snafus and then have to wear heels because my pants are too long. You know, that part.
Yes, I felt like I was fighting for my life that long walk back from that boat to that pier.
Girl, I started slowing down my walk. I'm like, do I take the heels off? Or I leave them on. We're gonna leave them on. We're gonna walk slower. Okay.
Hey, you know what? The pain that women have to go through is so much easier for men. All they got to do is find a nice white pair of pants and a shirt and some shoes, and they are Gucci.
Boom.
Honestly, I can't even say that
that's
though
all right.
because men are so simple. It's still hard because they don't make enough clothes for men. So to be able to find something specific for them is crazy. I'm not even gonna
Looking
tell
at
y'all how
that,
many
yeah.
stores we had to go to for Aziz. It was just ridiculous. Just to find a white shirt and
Oh,
white
really?
pants. It's crazy. We went to like 3-4 different malls to get a white shirt and some white pants.
Goodness gracious.
Yes. So I feel
Well,
sorry for our kings out there because unfortunately, you know, the fashion world don't love them enough.
Skip them just a little bit.
It
well,
ain't too many stores out there for them. Especially men that's over like over 5'10". You know, it's a little harder.
well, see, I'm gonna speak this into existence. We all are gonna do well enough, serve enough people that things like this, these snafus and these things like finding an outfit are gonna be things of the past that we're gonna have to deal with because we are gonna be able to get stylists one day. I'm just speaking it because I don't like to shop. I don't like shopping. It gives me a little bit of anxiety when I have to
Oh
shop
no.
because I'm like panicking. Yeah, because I mean, you got to find something, then is it going to
Gotta try it
fit?
on.
Then you got to buy a backup outfit. You know what I mean? So yeah, let that be somebody else's problem. Let me worry about something else.
I agree with you because there's some things that I feel like is an investment, and that is a good investment because if I don't have to go to 3 or 4 different malls, and my time can be spent elsewhere, right? That can be invested in something else that can actually bring more abundance to my household, right? Versus me being out at a store
Right.
trying to find 2 white fabrics that match because they make 50 shades of white. I'm just saying.
Hey, that's like black too, though.
Who would have knew that just trying to order some matching shades of white was going to be such an issue? I mean, if it says white, white is white. There's one shade of white. I mean, I can see it's off white or cream, but white is white.
At one point, my leadership mind kicked in and was like, you know what? It don't even matter.
No, white is white.
It's all about perspective.
I got to the point.
This is my version of
Yes,
white.
honey.
This is what I'm wearing. That's it.
My version. Trust me, I get you and I understand, because I got to the point where I said, you know what? The main thing is we are here.
We are in the room. That's what's the most
Who
important.
cares what you got on? Who cares what you look like? As long as you're presentable, clean, pressed, not wrinkled.
Yep, I brushed my
It's
teeth
gonna be
that
okay.
day. We good. We Gucci.
Yes, yes. Hygiene is a must now, ladies and gentlemen. We got to keep our hygiene up. Okay.
Oh gosh. Well, it's already 9:00, y'all. I know we'll be on here for another hour.
I'm sorry, we digressed. I'm sorry to take us off the track. See, this is where Nikki will be like, okay, y'all
Come
bring
on,
it back
ladies.
on. We started talking about shoes. Yeah.
That part right there.
So sorry.
You gotta do a side eye. Now you gotta be like, there you go. Like, I'm sorry. This
Wait
is the
a
part where I
minute.
slap my own hand.
Like the picture?
Huh?
No, I was just, when you made that face, you like your mom's picture.
I caught it after I said I'm like, that's what she said. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, just to recap here, because I don't want to start crying again.
Yes, the recap.
I'm not gonna cry anymore. No. You know, we all went to the Leadership and Legacy Conference this past weekend in Miami, Florida. Our company Nove hosted it, and they brought in so many great just tools that we can use. Some gems were dropped from our CEO, Rico McCambry, our COO, Shanae McCambry, and just the whole team came together. Even just outside of the conference room, you know, talking with Joe Gathens, right? He's one of our senior VPs in the company, talking with Haziq Ali, you know, some of our regionals and national sales directors, from Jasmine Baker to Drew Ali, Keisha Palmer were there, and they were pouring into people even outside of the conference, right? Of course, Aziz was there, and like I seen him everywhere this weekend. Just,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
not only pouring directly into our direct team, but just also sharing with other affiliates within Nove, right? So just being able to see that, I always like get lit up from that, right? I get joy from, especially when someone might have been confused about something or didn't know how to approach something or get over something. And then you see someone else breaking it down for them and it clicks, right? You just see the light bulb go off. That right there, I wish I could just take pictures of like the light bulb going off and them finally able to get it, right? And be able to apply that. So that for me is also a big thing, to be able to be a part of that, right? I get joy from seeing other people being able to just redirect their energy and just come upon their answers, right?
Yes.
And then a lot of people getting the courage to overcome fear, right? That was a real big thing this weekend, because fear comes in so many different shapes, sizes, and forms.
Yes, it does.
And we don't even know that the thing that we were so scared of was that this little bitty thing called fear, that we were like, well, it was irrational, right? So just doing it anyway, being able to push through it, having someone help you to realize that's what you need to get past. Definitely, you know, that was a big thing. And, you know, just being mindful of what you're taking in, the music that we're listening to, what we're seeing, emotions taking over. Nay, broke that down for us, all of that. So, and women in leadership is very, 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 very important, everybody. It's important for us to be seen, to be heard, and for us to be able to step into rooms and make changes. So shout out to all our leaders that made it to the live this morning. We definitely appreciate you all for tuning in. Special thank you to you, Nay, for getting up early.
Yes, Queen. Yes, we definitely appreciate you take time to come on, share your thoughts and your feelings on this weekend. We definitely appreciate you. It was a blessing to have you here with us.
Well, I thank y'all for having me, and I'm working on doing better. I need to start. You know, leaders be waking up real early. Billionaires, they wake up at 5. So if I can do 6, I'm kind of close. to the cusp. So
Yes, honey. Yes, honey. New habits, new things, new evolutions, new heights. Just keep moving, keep moving, keep
gotta be
pushing.
consistent and committed.
Yes,
Commitment stuck
commitment.
in my head. That's all I've been hearing since Rico. But commitment.
Commitment and the decision. The decision. I kept hearing that this weekend too. The decision. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because you're gonna have a lot of choices, but you know, you can't figure it out till you make a decision to choose.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go, everybody. So thank you again, everybody, for tuning in to Tips and Tea this Tuesday. Again, we'll be back next Tuesday. We sorry for the technical difficulties this morning. We were a little late, but we were also a little tired.
Yes, but that's all right. You know, we
A lot of
made
us just
it.
got in yesterday evening from traveling all weekend long. So we thank you for your forgiveness in advance for us being late this morning, some technical difficulties. But yeah, tune in next Tuesday. We're gonna do a part 2 of our Legacy to Leadership Conference, and maybe have some videos so you all can see it.
Yes.
Right? Some pictures from the team winning. Also, maybe some of our other teammates, business partners will like to come on and just share their experience from being at the conference as well. So thank you all again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, we will see you next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We appreciate it. Love you guys. See you next weekend.
Love, everybody.